Good morning and welcome to another Costa Women Hangout with me, Fiona Catchpole. This is our first for the new year, 2016, so I hope you've had a good one. My special guest this morning, is the lovely Barbara Elman, not too far away. Good morning, Barbara. You're on screen now.
Good morning.
You're over in Malaga City itself, is that right?
Yes, that's right. We live in El Palo, which is an eastern suburb of Malaga City. I live with my husband, Len, and our Jack Russell Terrier, Dara.
Oh, we ought to get the dog on screen because I have a little person sat to the right here, as you have seen, Miss Kyra, who was probably going to end up on my lap before we finish. So if I've got Kyra, you can have the dog. So.
Well, if she comes in, I'll show her to camera.
So listen, you're a Costa Women. The Hangout's all about Costa Women. How did you first find out about Costa Women?
Well, when we first came over January 2015, and the first thing I did was trying to learn a little bit of Spanish. So I joined a couple of intercambio groups. One of them was set down in Pedro Vallejo, and I met a lady called Elaine, and Elaine introduced me to Costa Women. I was very happy to join. I joined actually about April, and I was very happy to join because there I was trying to learn a new language. I didn't do any Spanish at school, and it was relaxing to go to a group where English is the spoken language. Yeah. I didn't have to think about grammar, and of course, I think it's a great group anyway for networking, for social and business too.
I know. I think if you've got here and you're trying so hard with the language, your brain takes on a different way of like actually talking, doesn't it? So you're stood in the supermarket and you're getting your words ready to say, and then when you finally end up with a group of fellow English speaking people, it does, you go
it's sort of magnetic, isn't it?
So tell me now then, what is it that you do? Now, I tried not to look because I was intrigued. I know Ali sent me a link because you help your son with his website now.
That's right. Yes.
It's very unusual sort of.
It is. When we first came over, my husband said, you need to have a project because, you don't know anybody, you need things to do. And I'm a very social person. I'm not a recluse. So my son, well, I've got two boys. One's in London, but the younger boy is in New York. And he married a girl 7 years ago, an American girl from Connecticut. And at their wedding, several of their friends wanted to meet, British friends wanted to meet American girls who were guests at the wedding. And a few of them got together. And that's where the concept started. And I helped him with his website, which is called datebritishguys.com.
Now that's really interesting. So the British boys wanted to meet American girls.
That's right. Yes.
I thought it might be the other way around. But.
No, it seems to be different set of values, I think, for American men to British women. Well, I don't know, but this is what works. And they started this 5 years ago, and they've got 28,000 members now.
Oh my goodness! And then I saw. I'll have a go in a minute, maybe, of screen sharing, but we will direct people to this website. But there was a tab, and I didn't get to click on it. It said success stories. So I'm guessing that you've had some weddings and things like that.
We've had about 5 weddings, to my knowledge, and I believe there are 2 Date British Guys babies as well.
Oh, cool.
Yes, yes. But it's actually, I mean, it's a great thing because, well, for my part, I'm running the administration of the website. That's my role. So I upload photographs. I mean, it takes about 1 to 2 hours a day, and it pays me in coffee money.
Oh yeah, so that's the Bank of Mum, is it?
Exactly, yes. So I upload photographs, and I could upload probably about 100 photos a day.
Cool.
And we don't actually censor them, but I don't allow nudity.
So these are people that have signed up to the service, so like the
That's
profiles
right.
and the images. So it's actually quite reassuring to know that there's somebody sensible behind this.
Well, that's right, because we have profile photographs, we also have album photographs, and we have videos. People put 30-second videos up too. So I do that. I also run the help desk, sort of queries that we get password resets and registration questions and payment plan questions, that sort of thing. So every day is different. And yes, well, originally it was aimed for American women to meet British men, but it's actually grown now. And now we've got women from all over the world who want to meet British men.
Okay, right.
And of course,
she can come in if she wants to, but just don't make any noise. All right. Kyra's just decided that she's going to start asking Mummy what I'm doing.
Oh
dear.
Good.
Oh no. Oh dear. Oh no. Hold on.
Okay.
I do say never work with animals and children, so this is Kyra. Say hello.
Hello.
Say hello to Barbara. Okay. You have to go back out, darling. You can come and play in a minute. Are you going to stop? Do you want to sit down on your chair? Because I've still got to speak to Barbara. There's a good girl. Okay, right. She has a chocolate lollipop, so hopefully that will work for now. So, what did you first think when your son came up with this idea, and then how did you sort of how did he say, right, you know, Mum, you've got some skills, I need them, can you come on board and help?
Yeah, well, you know, I was in business with my husband for 27 years. We ran an import and export business. So I've got so much administration experience. And so it was natural for me to help him with that. But of course, for 5 years, he did it on his own. And he started this website really to make a little bit of money to see him through his education.
Okay, cool.
He's just graduated as a PhD in psychology. He's now Dr. Ben. And imagine, marvelous technology. I was able to watch the whole thing streaming on the internet. His graduation.
Oh, that's really cool.
Because it was in New York, you see.
Yeah.
So yes. So for 5 years he did it on his own, but it was a bit of a juggling act, I think, between studying and any other work that he did. And then when I came to Malaga and I needed a little project to do, he said, "Come on, Mum, help me." So that's what's happened, and I've been doing it now, let's say, a year, and I'm enjoying it. I mean, some of the help desk questions, I've had some very funny ones. You know, a lady looking for a man with red hair over 6 foot tall.
That's very specific.
Exactly. And then I had a lady write to me. She said, "If I write to men, will they write back?" Well, again, it's very specific. So yeah,
not sure, can you? Depends.
I mean, the thing is that, you know, it's very secure. They're very security conscious. All the data's held on their US server. It's all encrypted. And we've got a frequently asked questions page, so that if anyone wants information or advice about dating people for the first time, and yeah, you know, it's a small family business. But we're small enough to look after people individually.
That sounds great.
And people verify themselves as well to prove who they are, that they're not fake. So that the men...
that's good. That's really important from a security point of view, isn't it? Because I know there's a lot of other websites to do in matchmaking that don't. The actual members upload their own stuff. So that's good to hear.
Yeah, well, what we do, we ask them to send in a copy of their British passport or driving licence, and then I'll go through the process. And it also proves they're over 21 as well.
Okay.
So listen,
we're going to put all the links to that, because I want to know a little bit more. We'll put all the links to the website, which sounds fascinating. I want to know a little bit more about Barbara. Okay. So you're here now in Malaga. You've been here a year. You come along to the Costa Women events. We haven't met yet, which I know I'm going to make the effort to go to more of the meetings further afield and get to meet some of the ladies I get to speak to on Hangouts. So what do you do in your downtime, as it were, when you're not working on the website?
Okay, well, I'm a lady of hobbies. I have several hobbies, and I sing. I belong to a Spanish choir called Coro Nostro Tempo. They're based in the Conservatorio Eduardo Con in El Palo, and they're a choral group, six-part harmony, and I sing contralto uno.
I say, that sounds very
yes. Actually, I'm going to Lisbon with them in February for 4 days, and we're going to sing in Lisbon,
cool.
Which will be very exciting. There's only one other English lady in the choir, and we're sharing a room because I find it very hard speaking in Spanish 24 hours a day.
Yeah, it can still give you a little bit of brain ache, can't it? But I'm guessing now your Spanish has come on leaps and bounds in being in that social environment.
Well, it's true, because I've had to really work hard and focus in the rehearsals. We rehearse twice a week, and hour and a half each rehearsal. And the director of the group, the maestro, only speaks in Spanish.
Right.
So it's really good fun. So I do that. We've joined a gym, and although I'm not using equipment, I go to the spa and I swim twice a week.
Okay, that's cool. So you would say, what would be the piece of advice that you would give to somebody else moving over to Spain? What would be your top tips?
Well, certainly, I feel I started the right way, going to the intercambio groups, because not only are you learning the language, but you're giving something back to the community in helping Spanish people to learn English. It's two-way. And I now belong to a couple of groups, and meet a couple of ladies individually as well. So I think that's a good start, because you've got access to maybe 25 people in the room, and you'll connect with the ones that you click with, if you like. I mean, they did it. In fact, this particular group had a couple of coach outings, and I went to Gibraltar with them and Cordoba. And because what happens is when you're sitting on the coach, you sit next to a Spanish person and you're chatting all the way there, and you're not thinking about how long am I speaking for.
And once you get comfortable with somebody, you don't mind. Like if you're making mistakes, for example, it's like I feel quite comfortable talking to Kyra, but she's only 4. She's not going to turn around and tell me whether I'm getting it wrong or not.
Well, to be honest with you, I think my level of Spanish, I probably would converse very well with Kira.
Well, listen, Barbara, we're sort of running out of time now, so it's been really interesting finding out about the website. We'll have a look. We'll pop a link underneath the video, and we'll catch up with you again with an update on your choir activities, perhaps, and how your Spanish is coming along.
Well, thank you very much for having me, and I wish you and all Costa Women a Happy New Year.
Thank you, Barbara. Speak to you soon. Bye-bye.
Bye.